basically this is a new channel that I'm going to be introducing to review some of the Supreme items to get them hands-on, maybe a look at the quality as such. I'm actually Dublin based, so I don't get to go to the store, so I have to buy this on a whim, like if it's, if I'm sort of interested and I don't have to hands-on beforehand, so it's sort of to cop it, and then sort of it's why the idea of this channel is for people who don't live near the store, who have to buy it online or get it off resellers. So I came up with this idea that I do this because people like me, if we don't get it on the drop, if it's hyped, we might have to buy resell. So the idea of this, as you can see, is actually worth the money, and also to review items that come out as they come out. So for example, I'll be looking at a lot of fall winter Supreme stuff in the coming videos, because we're getting near the end of the season, and as that comes up, certain things that have come and sold will be hyped again, or people will want to buy again. And now that some of the items are out there, people can get an idea of what they want or if it's worth getting or not. So I'm mainly going to be focusing on outerwear and shoes. It won't be just Supreme, but it will be mainly Supreme. So I'll be looking at, for example, Yeezys, so the Belugas, and there's also the 3 colorways coming out soon. So I hope to get, myself a pair of them, so I can get them reviewed up and show you legit checks and what to expect. I've also got some nice stuff. I've got some good stuff from this season to look at, including NorthFace Supreme. I've got some Champion Supreme. I've got some really nice high-end Supreme, more expensive stuff that you can get your eyes on, so you can see sort of what the cost price is and is it actually worth it. So without messing around too much, let's get into it. So the first thing I'm going to do with this channel is I'm going to review the actual NorthFace Supreme that dropped this week. I actually have one of the Power Orange Nupste that I sort of want to talk through, and the process of is it worth the money or not, and what it's actually made from. Before that, I'm going to say this was a bit of a mess to get, because actually I flew to London from Dublin to get this. I was visiting a friend and I went to the drop and took an L in the queue at the random number system in London. Will not be going over for another drop. That shit's a shitstorm. Not worth it. Not worth it if anyone's ever thinking about doing it. Good luck with the BOGOs, because that queue is out of control. Don't do it. So basically the coat. This is what got me into Supreme. 4 years ago, I saw like Rocky wearing the leopard print one. I never really had the money to do it, but until I graduated uni and that, so I did, and I got my bread up, and it's been lingering. I had a feeling it was going to come out that week, so I booked the flights a bit before, because it's been coming out the same week. It's generally around November 17th that week. So I got myself a medium Power Orange Nupste here. I actually got it in the store, got it off a guy outside who was actually kind enough to sell it to me for a pretty reasonable price above it. So if you can just see here, here's the tag. So that's the actual Power Orange. I gotta say, these things actually run quite big. I'm 6 foot and I'm pretty slim. I'm not exactly skinny, but I'm not exactly fat. And these things run big. I'll put up some videos there. I'll show you how it looks now in a minute. But the main thing is, because of the 700 down filling, this thing actually, if you ever have one of the new NorthFaces, it's actually quite puffy, and it's quite big actually around the chest and under the arms here, just in case you're around the 5'8", 5'9" size, and you might usually buy medium. Small might be worth going for, just for sizing. Just all I'm going to go on this one. So I'll show you now in a minute how it looks like on. One thing to also note before I actually put this on is that this thing was actually 350 pounds, if I'm not mistaken, 348. Which is, I think it's more expensive than any of the previous Nupste, so it is worth noting if you are maybe looking at getting a fur Nupste, or you want to get, the by any means necessary. This one's a little bit more expensive, but if you're unsure about the pricing and that, the resale is going to come down a bit when the online orders come in. So if you are considering this one or the Leeds one, I'd imagine I'm buying it sooner rather than later before the price goes back up again. So let's put it on and see how it fits. So as you can see, it comes up quite cozy on me, Like the sleeves aren't exactly short. I'm 6 foot, and they're coming up quite long. The arms are a little bit baggy, but it'd be expected because of the fill. Like if I had bought a large, I'd be swimming in this right now. So that's a no-go. As you can see here, it comes down to about my waist perfectly. It's not riding high like up here in my waistline. It's just literally above my ass a little bit. Bloats out again, and show you what it looks like zipped up. That's how it looks zipped up. So I I wouldn't be running big on size with these things. Like, as I said, I'm quite tall, and the medium actually is quite good on me. So that's worth noting. Very good quality jacket. Arrived home, the weather was freezing, and I was wearing this through the airport. And very, very, very good. Like, the weather's been in Dublin the past 2 days. It's been around the 0 degrees, -1. And this thing is like effortlessly kept me warm. So big ups for that. Is it worth the money though? This is the question. Like, £350, it's quite a lot of money. You know, it's the best part of €400, about $388. And that's if you did buy it. And to be realistic, it's at least going to cost you $550 resale, up as far as $650, depending on if it's a size smaller, whether, you know, these things get snapped up quickly. So, is it worth it? Well, considering I was in NorthFace on Carnaby Street just the day before, they had these exact coats without Supreme branding on it. From the description on their website, Supreme have, compared to the NorthFace one, it's pretty much the exact same. And the 700 downfill is great, don't get me wrong. I love this coat. This is sort of my big sort of finale for the season, if you will. I would actually say it's not worth £350, and that's the honest truth, unless this is really what you wanted all season. Because you can get one of these for £180 in a lot more colourways, a lot more choice, with much more ease than, for example, a Supreme one. It does have the Supreme badge, yes. Is it worth £180? You better believe it's not. No. So just bear that in mind. If you really want a good winter coat and, you know, you're a bit tight for cash, don't go with this one. I would not say, unless you have the money to spend on resale and you just took the L, I wouldn't say it. But that's just me. Again, the leaves looked great. I just got whatever came first. To be honest, I'm actually really happy with the orange. Orange goes really well on me because I wear actually a lot of blacks, white. So I think the black on the shoulders here, as you can see, it's just like a regular finish. The black just sort of finishes nicely, you know, so you can wear it out. So if you're like me and you wear a lot of blacks, or, you know, it just finishes nice with black, you know, skinnies, be it t-shirts, hats. I actually go with that in the orange. It sits well. Good purchase in my opinion. Would I do it again? No. I would advise, though, if you were going to buy it, like, just get it on resale before the end of the season. BOGO season's coming up, and people are going to go nuts for that. So when people take the L's, and, you know, it's going to get colder, people are going to want to buy. But yeah, that's all. So I will have more coming out. I've got some more stuff coming out, like the blazers. I've got everything hands-on as far as I think at this stage that I've bought. So I'll be getting them out as soon as I can. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you soon.